What's up, fellow nerds? Got a little unboxing video for you today. Got an interesting package. It's U.S. Post Office Do Not Bend, but it was bent. Hopefully that's the part where there is no comic book. We're about to find out. Also, we'll see. We will see. This looks like it was somewhat predictable that it would bend here since the box is actually bent there. So again, hopefully the book is not in that area. And we'll find out. Looks like it's definitely not. That's good. Oh, 3 layers of packaging. Seems good. At least 3 layers. This is a lot of 2 comics, and I'm going to talk about them a little bit more after we do an unboxing. I don't actually like this last layer, so they put a bubble envelope in there, but nothing to stiffen this. And they've closed this on the bubble so that it's glued to the bubble so that we can't get it off without bending the bubble. All right, we'll find me in the last layer here. Again, very interesting. Some foam to protect it from an impact, but no cardboard whatsoever to stiffen it. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but there's the book we're interested in. So this is a 2-book lot, but the key here is Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 70, first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. Also featuring the Penguin, the Wand of Circe, and some other corny stuff. So we'll get to that in a minute. All right, let's take a closer look at this book, and I'll go through a bit of my rationale for buying and how I think about not necessarily investing in comics, but having comics sort of pay for themselves as a hobby, and at least being able to buy books that if I need to sell them, I can sell them for approximately what I have in, so I'll break even rather than lose a lot of money on my hobby, which is what most folks do. So this is the copy of Lois Lane number 70 that I already owned. This is a book that I paid $70 for, and it's an approximately a 2.0, maybe a little lower grade. Okay, I have not cleaned or pressed or tried to fix this book in any way. You can see it's missing here. It's got some rips. It's definitely soiled. There's some water damage down here. There's some rust migration in both staples. But structurally, the book is actually pretty solid. And you can see the whole story, which is a corny story where Catwoman uses the Wand of Circe to trick Superman, and Superman gives her a super kiss, and all kind of other weird stuff that happens. He never bothers to use his X-ray vision to know that he's actually kissing Catwoman here rather than Lois Lane. Yeah, DC. What are you going to do? At any rate, so this book, like I said, we know it's at least a 1. We know it's higher than a 1, really, because it's complete and it's intact, other than this piece missing here. Is it a 1.5? Is it a 1.8? Maybe it's as high as a 2 after I clean it and press it. Not sure. But if we think about fair market value for this book, as a 1.0 slabbed, this is $150. As a 1.5, it's $175. A 1.8 is $200. A 2 is $250. I think that's about the top of what you could possibly expect for this. Again, I paid $70. CGC economy is $35 plus shipping both ways. I get a slight discount on that because of my CGC membership. But then I also I have a private insurance company, so my shipping costs are a little bit lower because I don't have to pay a lot for shipping insurance. So I'm going to say my total cost to have this slabbed would be about $45. So 70 plus 45, I got about 115 into it. If this came back as a 1.0, I'd sell it for about 150 minus round to about 20% seller's fees. I'm selling it for around 135 and I have about 115 in it. That's more or less just breaking even. But if I can get this up to a 2, then we're at 250 minus seller fees. You're down to about 225, rather 200. And I've got about 115 in it. Now you're getting close to doubling your money. So again, more or less almost break even on it. One of the things that I like about collecting these books is that I enjoy reading them. I enjoy the history of it. I enjoy some of the old art, the corny stories sometimes, and I do enjoy fixing them up. So this is one that'll be fun to work on. Now, why did I buy this book? I bought this book, frankly, because I wanted something a little bit better than a 1 to 2, and I thought I can always sell this one, and with a little bit of work and a little bit of investment, I can make a bit of money, or minimally, I can get my money back out of it, okay? So that puts me in a position where I can go ahead and buy a book that's a little bit higher grade and get rid of this one so I can upgrade without it costing me a lot of money. Now, we saw that the seller here packed this in a way that really, it seemed to indicate they're not a person who ships a lot of comics. They look like they put a lot of care into it in terms of, it was quadruple boxed, but it wasn't really packed in a way that those of us that know how to ship comics would pack a comic. Also, because there is no backer board, I do not ever try to take tape off a book like this with no backer board, because inevitably you have to bend it, and you have to bend the whole book to get that tape off. So this is what I do. I just take scissors and I will cut this whole flap right off and just slide the book out, because I'm not going to damage it trying to play with that. Now, what about this book? What is the condition here? What are we likely to be able to do? I paid $150 for both of these two. You saw that there was a lot of 2 books. So the other one's just a freebie. If I sold that for $10 or put it in my collection, great. But this is the book, obviously, that we're interested in. The page color here is actually quite nice. There is a little bit of foxing. It is obviously dirty with foxing, but it's structurally sound again. Staples are sound. There's some smudging here, which looks like it could be due to some water damage. But if it is, it's confined literally to that corner. Centerfold is here. Staples look nice. Centerfold is intact. It's a solid book. And again, on the back, there's a tiny rip here, but it's a solid book. Soiling, foxing on the back as well. So what do we think grade is here? In current condition, maybe this is a 2. Cleaned up, and this is a good candidate for wet cleaning to see if we can remove some of this foxing. We start to think this is a 3. Could it be as high as a 4? Maybe, with some luck. So when you look at the realm of this book, say it's a 2 today, that's $250 if I pay to have it slabbed. A 2.5 is $275 fair market value. A 3 is $300 fair market value. A 3.5 is $350 fair market. And a 4.0 is $450 fair market. So that sort of gives you a sense for my rationale and my thought process for buying Silver Age books. This was a copy that I got for $70. I know I can clean this up and I can slab it, and minimally I can break even on this book, so I can get my money back out. I might even make $50 or $100 on this book, okay? And I don't mind doing that. I enjoy it, and I like working on these books. I like improving them. So by buying that book, that enabled me that when a chance came along to find a higher grade copy of the book, I knew that I could get my money back out of this or better. And so it was reasonable to invest in this book. This book, my basis is $150. If I have it slabbed, I'm going to add another about $45 to that. So I'm going to be up basically at $200 on this book. But I expect fair market value to be at least $300 and maybe closer to $400 or even a little bit more on this book when I'm done with it. So that's just my, again, a bit of insight into the rationale for how I purchase books and how I think about not really investing, but at least collecting where the hobby can pay for itself. And I'm never going to feel like I sunk a lot of money that I'm never going to be able to recoup out of my collection. So maybe we'll do a future video. This one here will probably get cleaned up. I'm getting ready to submit to CGC Economy Silver Age lot. So, you know, I can send a bunch of books in, save on shipping. So this will probably be submitted to CGC in the next 30 days or so. So maybe I'll do some additional before and after. And eventually, half a year from now, when CGC is done with that book, we'll do a CGC unboxing. All right, that's all for today. Keep enjoying comic books and keep taking care of one another.